The housefly, a creature so familiar yet often overlooked. Its scientific name is, we see it in our homes, in our gardens, almost everywhere humans are. It is a constant companion buzzing through our daily lives. This small insect, with its two delicate wings, is a master of flight. It navigates our world with surprising skill. But beyond its buzzing presence lies a fascinating story of survival and continuation, a life driven by an ancient urge to create the next generation. It is a life that unfolds with remarkable speed and efficiency, a testament to nature's ingenuity. Though sometimes seen as a pest, the housefly plays its part in the grand theatre of nature. These tiny beings are important decomposers. They help break down decaying matter, returning nutrients to the soil. This is a vital role, cleaning up the world in their own small way. However, they can also carry germs from place to place, which is why we often try to keep them away from our food. Their lives are often very short, sometimes just a few weeks, but in that brief time, they must achieve their most important task, to reproduce. The drive to reproduce is powerful in the male housefly. As he reaches adulthood, his primary focus shifts. He must find a mate. This urgent need guides his every action, his every flight. He is equipped with senses perfectly tuned for this quest. His large compound eyes, covering much of his head, give him a wide field of vision. He can detect the slightest movement, the faintest hint of a potential partner. He is on constant alert, a tiny airborne searcher driven by instinct to ensure his lineage continues in this busy world. So how does a male housefly begin his search? He often patrols a small territory, perhaps a sunlit patch on a wall or a promising area near a food source. He zips back and forth, a blur of motion. He's looking for the subtle signs of a female fly. His eyesight is key. He scans his surroundings, ever watchful. Some male flies might even wait near places where new female flies are likely to emerge. It is a world of constant vigilance, a race against time to find a receptive female and begin the ancient dance of life once more. The female housefly, too, feels the call to continue her kind. Once she emerges as an adult and has fed, she becomes receptive to mating. She doesn't perform elaborate displays like some other creatures. Her readiness is perhaps a more subtle affair. She goes about her business, feeding and exploring. It is often the persistence and approach of the male that initiates the encounter. She may seem indifferent at first, but a suitable male will eventually catch her attention, or rather successfully make his approach. The world of flies is direct, efficient, and focused on the essentials of life. When a male spots a female, his approach is usually quite direct. There are no grand songs or complicated dances in the housefly's courtship repertoire. He might fly towards her, perhaps making contact. Sometimes the male will perform a brief aerial maneuver or tap the female with his legs. He might vibrate his wings, a subtle signal of his intent. If the female is receptive, she will allow him to get closer. It's a quick assessment, a momentary pause in their busy lives. This simplicity ensures that mating can happen swiftly, which is important for an animal with such a short lifespan. The act of mating itself is a swift and efficient process. The male housefly will position himself on top of the female's back. He uses his legs to hold onto her firmly. A specialized part of his body at the tip of his abdomen is used to transfer sperm to the female. This connection ensures that his genetic material is passed on. The pair might remain coupled for several minutes, sometimes longer. During this time, the vital transfer takes place, a microscopic exchange that holds the key to future generations of houseflies, continuing their buzzing presence across the globe. Inside the female, a remarkable event occurs. The sperm from the male travels to meet her eggs. This is fertilization. Each tiny egg, now fertilized, holds the potential for a new life, a new housefly. Interestingly, a female housefly can store sperm from a male. She can use it to fertilize several batches of eggs over time. This means one successful mating can allow her to lay many fertile eggs throughout her short adult life. She's now ready for the next crucial step, finding a safe and nourishing place for her developing offspring to begin their journey. The pregnant female housefly now has a most important mission. She must find the perfect nursery for her offspring. Her instincts guide her with unerring accuracy. She is searching for a place that offers warmth, moisture, and crucially, food for her young when they hatch. This quest can take her to many different locations. She will explore with her sensitive antennae and the taste receptors on her feet, testing surfaces. She is a mother-to-be, carefully selecting the very best start in life she can provide for her tiny, unseen babies. This search is paramount for their survival. What kind of place meets these requirements? Decaying organic matter is ideal. This could be a pile of manure, a rotting compost heap, or even the discarded food in a rubbish bin. These environments might seem unpleasant to us, but for a housefly they are perfect. They are rich in the nutrients that her larvae, the maggots, will need to grow strong and healthy. The warmth from decomposition also helps the eggs to develop quickly. The female fly is an expert at locating these havens of decay, ensuring her children will have plenty to eat from the moment they emerge into the world. Once she has found a suitable spot, the female housefly begins the delicate process of egg-laying. She extends a special tube-like organ from the end of her abdomen called an ovipositor. This acts like a tiny, precise syringe. She uses it to carefully deposit her eggs into the chosen material. She doesn't just drop them anywhere. She will often push the ovipositor into cracks and crevices, offering her eggs some protection. She lays them in clusters or small batches, ensuring that not all her hopes are in one tiny spot. This careful placement increases their chances of survival. The eggs themselves are tiny marvels. They are usually white or pale yellow and shaped like miniature grains of rice. Each one is only about 1 millimeter long. A single female housefly can lay hundreds of eggs during her lifetime, often in several batches of 75 to 150 at a time. These precious cargoes are delicate, and their survival depends entirely on the mother's choice of location and the conditions that follow. Soon, if all goes well, these tiny eggs will burst forth with new life, beginning the next stage of this incredible cycle. Within a surprisingly short time, sometimes less than a day if conditions are warm, the eggs hatch. From each egg emerges a tiny legless creature. This is the larva, more commonly known as a maggot. It is small, pale, and worm-like in appearance. Its first and most pressing instinct is to eat. It finds itself surrounded by food, thanks to its mother's careful planning. The maggot immediately begins to burrow into the decaying matter, feeding voraciously. This stage is all about consumption and rapid growth, a period of intense activity hidden from our usual view. The life of a maggot is one of constant eating. It uses its mouth hooks to tear at its food, tunneling through the rich, decomposing material. As it eats, it grows incredibly quickly. Because its skin cannot stretch enough to accommodate this rapid expansion, the maggot must shed its skin or molt several times. Each time it molts, it emerges larger than before. This larval stage is crucial not only for the fly's development, but also for the environment, as these maggots are powerful recyclers, breaking down waste and returning vital nutrients back into the ecosystem. They are nature's cleanup crew at its most efficient. After several days of continuous feeding and growing, the maggot prepares for a truly astonishing change. It seeks out a drier, safer place, perhaps burrowing into the soil or finding a secluded crevice. Here, its outer skin hardens and darkens, forming a protective case called a puparium. Inside this casing, the pupa develops. This is a period of remarkable transformation, almost like magic. The worm-like larva reorganizes its entire body, developing wings, legs, and the complex eyes of an adult fly. It is a hidden metamorphosis, a biological wonder unfolding in quiet stillness. Finally, after several more days, the transformation is complete. A fully formed adult housefly emerges from the pupal case. It pushes its way out, its wings still crumpled and soft. It will take a short while for its body to harden and its wings to expand and dry, ready for flight. Once it is able, it will fly off, ready to feed and, in a matter of days, to begin the cycle anew, to find a mate and reproduce. This rapid life cycle from egg to adult in as little as 10 days in warm weather is key to the housefly's success, allowing its populations to thrive, a constant and buzzing reminder of nature's endless capacity for renewal.